Right, that's us recording.
So are we on?
Yes, that's us now on. Hello, Mr. Banner.
Hello.
Mr. Derek Banner of Food Thunker Productions.
Yes.
How are you feeling today?
Well, I haven't thrown up yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually a good sign. I am feeling the need to poo a lot. But that might just be the large breakfast that I had earlier on.
Ah, the large Scottish breakfast, the Wetherspoons.
In all seriousness, I'm really excited. It's nice to actually get the ball rolling for once. We're actually seeing actors today for a script that I've written, that I'm going to direct, that I'm going to be in, that my mate's going to be in, that we're looking to build a production company, that we're actually going to be doing it.
Did you ever think, like all those 4 or 5 years ago when we were in the pub, that it would ever happen?
Yes. As crazy as it sounds when we were talking about it, the actual inception of it all was about 5 years ago in a pub where both Mr. Keenan and myself had an audition for a show that we really didn't want to be in, for a director that we really didn't want to work for. And we both gave what can only be described as piss poor auditions. So after said piss poor auditions, we decided to go to the pub because we live there. And while we were there, we were kind of sort of bemoaning the lack of everything in our lives. Just generally chatting about, you know, how we weren't getting the breaks that we wanted. We weren't in successful relationships, we were poor, we were living at home with our parents. 5 years on, fuck all's changed. But you know, at least we've done more shows and given better auditions since then. But while we were having this little moan, I went off in a rant, as I often do, talking about, you know, we should, you know, just fucking do it for ourselves, man. Look at Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. You know, we should write something. We should write our own Good Will Hunting. And James is looking at me. He's like, yes, absolutely. And of course, then it came to the discussion of, well, what the fuck do we actually make our film about? Well, this is going on a rather gorgeous-looking couple. I mean, I'm not going to lie 3D, but even I have to admit the guy was good looking. But we were sitting there and we kind of took notice of this couple walking in, and you know, we were talking about what could our film be about. I jokingly said off the cuff, "You get the guy, I get the girl," and we sort of laughed, and then we both kind of went, and. In the midst of it all, that happened. Then we sort of said, well, we're actors, let's write about what we know. So over the course of like a couple of years, we decided that we were going to put this together. We had the bare bones of a story. We both expanded our CVs acting-wise a little bit better. And the really weird thing is that we kept coming back to it. The story didn't go away, it just kept growing and growing and growing, and was just waiting for the right time for us to actually say, we will film this. Tail end of 2008, after we had done a sell-out show of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, where I played Jack Nicholson character to critical acclaim, we basically sort of, I said, right, well, I'm tired of waiting, let's just fucking do it. Let's get the company off the ground, let's do this for ourselves, let's, you know, make our lives better. So I have written a full-length feature called Humble Players, which, you know, hopefully is the next thing that we'll be filming. Stay tuned. And having done all that, I kind of realised, well, you know, I really want to make this film, but I've never directed before in my life, and I know fuck all about filmmaking. So I bought this book, this big thick fucker, the Guerrilla Filmmaker's Handbook, or Blueprint, movie blueprint, available at all good bookshops. And I sort of, I was reading the first chapter of it, and it said, you know, if you want to start making a movie, make a short movie, just so you can handle the responsibility on a smaller scale. So rather than make another short film about other characters and all that, which would obviously require some degree of originality on my part, I blatantly stole the two characters from the feature and put them in this little story called Just Another Friday.
And what's Just Another Friday about?
Just Another Friday is about two actors, one gay, one straight, best friends Brian and John. And they are two guys whose careers and lives are going nowhere. They are both in, you know, one is single, one isn't, but they're not exactly happy. Their careers are going nowhere. And over the course of this Friday, the regular Friday night at the pub, they talk about life, love, relationships, and why the hell they still do what they do. Because as actors, we know that we are in one of the most humiliating professions on the planet. But why the hell do we do it? And I thought it was an interesting jump-off point for these two characters, given what I'd already written about them for the feature, which takes place after the events of this short film. So it's our introduction to Brian and John, our real first look at how they are together, and who knows, will this Friday be like just all the others? Or will they come up with a solution that will set them on a good path, all before last orders are called at the bar? Stay tuned.